Hey guys, Chris here with Sauce Boss. Just wanted to do a quick video. It's actually not a hot sauce related one, but with everything going on, people doing a lot of bulk buying. Maybe you have, I don't know, a 25-pound bag of carrots sitting at your house and you don't really know what to do with all of it and don't want to waste it. So I was going to show you a recipe I have for some ginger dill pickles, carrot pickles. Really tasty, really good. These are actually canned ones, so we will be doing it in a steamer, afterwards canner steamer, to get them so they are shelf stable and we can just put them on the shelf in my basement at like nice 65 degrees. They're good for a year plus. So what we have here, I've done most of them already, but we have about 3 pounds of carrots that I've peeled and cut into about the size of the mason jar that we're going to be putting them in, and leaving about a ½ inch to an inch of headspace is what we want. So I'll go through kind of the rest. Since the bottles are getting they're in the steamer hot and they're sanitized, so I had taken some earlier and measured kind of how tall I wanted them. So now I'll just kind of lay them down on the carrots next to us, and since we're a little off, we'll go a little bit short. So we'll cut those. That way we can go and cut them. The end pieces I kind of like to just kind of do them at like a 45-degree angle so they're not straight kind of carrots, but they kind of have like a wedge shape to them, which is totally fine. So put those with the rest of these guys. We're going to put those there. As you get to where they're thicker, you can go and get nice center pieces. I kind of just go about thirds on them, like that. So we got those, boom, boom. This guy, yeah, we'll just still go, we'll do the quarters. So, and this is just something I figured in light of everything going on, just kind of being able to showcase just some stuff people can do to be able to kind of preserve the foods that you have going. Also, because we're going to be canning these, they're not going to need refrigeration space. So that's really, really nice, especially right now, because I'm sure everyone's fridges are full. And if this thing turns out to be nothing, you got stuff that's going to chill around for you. Makes great gifts for people, or you're going to a party and you want to give someone something special. That's also a really good one too. So we have the ginger here, ginger root. So I don't need all this. Actually, I have some other recipes I'm going to be doing later in the week with this. So we're just going to take probably about that much of that chunk. We'll have that there. This is a little trick that works really well with ginger to get the peel off. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your spoon and you're just going to run it over and like that. And that way you're going to take it, it's going to get a little juicy. So, and one reason I am wearing gloves for this is that since we're doing canning, you want to make sure that everything's been sterilized and very sanitary. I mean, overall you want to be sanitary. That's what we're doing. I will, at the end of the video, show kind of some of the stuff that I use. So we'll just do and pardon my dog, he's probably barking at the neighbors. So, Mac, quiet. So I have 3 pounds of carrots that we've peeled, cut back. into sticks. We are going to be having 2 cups of white vinegar, 2 cups of water. It's really good to use distilled water, but that's really hard to find right now because everyone's got it. So what I've done is I've taken some water that I filtered at home. I brought it up to a boil for about 10 minutes and just letting it sit back there, so I'll be using that. So we have that. I have 2 tablespoons of salt here, 1 teaspoon of black peppercorn, and about 2 or 3 sprigs, a healthy amount of dill, and then maybe a decent size of garlic, and we'll cut that up a little bit more, kind of bruise it so that way it gets all the flavor of the oils out, and then 4 cloves of garlic. I'll be having about two cans, or 2 mason jars is about what this will make. So so we have the garlic now, and what I like to do with it is just take the back of a knife, kind of like that, just kind of crush it slightly. That way it just kind of releases, it'll release any of the oils out in it. So we got those guys, boom, right there. And we'll take and just kind of dice up, just the way they're a little extra because it's hard. So over here, I'll just spin that right there. I have hot water going, a little salt in it. And so you can do this recipe 2 separate ways. One, you can do what we're gonna do, and once this water is up to a boil, we will blanch these guys for about 30 seconds or so. If you're going to do like a refrigerated one where these pickles are going to be sitting in a fridge and not out on a shelf, you'll want to do them for about 3 minutes, depending on kind of your thickness. You'll have to judge that. That way it'll just make them so they're much easier to eat. So we got those guys, we got that water boiling. We're gonna add these guys. That one is just not gonna make it. Let that go to a boil. So now that we're waiting, we're gonna let that go. And I'm just gonna let that go. You can probably go up to like 90 seconds, just because that was quite a bit, so giving it a chance to actually boil. That's all my equipment that I've sanitized earlier, and what I'm using for sanitation is this Star Sands, which is I first found out about it as a home brewing when I was home brewing a lot. So that works really well. Just dump it in, let it mix it, and then let it sit in the water, pull it out, let it air dry. So these guys are done, so we're gonna take and pour the water out. Now I will take and just run some cool water over it, just so that way it helps the carrots cool down. So next we're going to take 2 cups of vinegar, into this guy, and then we're going to add our salt in there. Then we're going to take 2 cups of the water. And we're going to add that. So, you got those guys. Now we're going to bring this to a boil to get the salt to dissolve. So we'll put that there. And while we're waiting on that, just clean up my workspace a little bit. We're going to go grab bottles that I have just chilling in there and put the sanitizer solution earlier, air dried, and then kept in the this water, one just to help, it's a 2-part. You're one, keeping them sanitized. 2, we are, and I have my lids also that I leave in there. So, and you want to make sure the lids don't have any rust spots and the seals look good. These guys look good. A couple extras I just tossed in there just in case. Put that back in our little sanitary area. So, carrots are done. You've been filled down. So there's some there. These guys are good. So, next, you're going to split the ingredient or the spices between the 2 jars. There we go. There's that. Oops. So we got our sanitary jars, we got those 2 put there. Now we're going to take, and this is the part where you want to make sure that whatever you're doing from this point on, that you're doing it in a sanitary fashion. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pack these guys up. Yep. Just gonna keep putting it, and then we have water back there going. So, and if you weren't going to do pickles with these where they were going to sit in the be shelf stable and actually sit in the fridge. Like once you have this done, we would just seal it up, pop it into the fill it with the vinegar, put the lids on it, and just let it cool down, and then you would be done. Pop it in your fridge, label it, 2 days. I would let it go, and you got some delicious pickles. I am going to be doing these on the shelf, so they need to get cooked for a little bit. So cool, we got that. I have a little bit extra, but I know my pups they love carrots, so we will hook them up with those. Okay, so we got the water, or the vinegar and sugar mixture. So this also helps too to have. It's very nice. It's just a little funnel. So that's going fine. Should I put this guy on so that way they can keep boiling. That's there. So we got our vinegar, water, salt mixture hot. I'm gonna fill it up, and you're gonna want that to where it is going to cover everything, and you kind of want to make sure everything's kind of pushed down below this rim, because that's going to be the headspace that we're going to have. There we are. That. I'm just gonna give these guys a push down. Boom. Okay. Make sure everything's down there. Break off a couple of these pieces that are sit down there. I like to kind of give them a little tap, see if there's any. Well, we're gonna top this guy up just a touch more. Okay. So now that's done. Now I'm gonna take a paper towel and we're just gonna wipe this rim off to make sure that it's nice and dry. Same, and then you're gonna put the lids on tight, but not super tight. Okay, and you're gonna pop them in tight. And we're gonna get this canning pot up, get the water in there up to a boil, and sorry, I just had some extra lids that I had in there, so I'm gonna do some other stuff tonight. I have some other pots in there, or cans. Yeah, so then we'll pop these guys in. 10 minutes is what you want once it's at a boil. And then we'll pull it out and we'll get back to that once these guys are done. All right, guys, so timer went off. It's a little hard probably to see, but it's been boiling for 10 minutes. I let it go for a little bit longer because I am at 7,000 feet in altitude above sea level. Water only boils at 198 degrees up here instead of 212 at sea level. So just want to give it a little extra time. So it's been boiling away. It is going. Also, at this point when you start it, you want to put the bottles in before it gets hot, or before the water comes to a boil in the pot. Just because that way it's going to you want the liquids and everything on the inside to be able to come up to the same temperature for the boiling water that's going on. Also, beforehand, I like to keep them in the water simmering after I've sanitized them. One, that way when you go to drop them back into the water, the bottle's already kind of warm, so it's not going to have any temperature shock and crack on you. So then once you've hit that time, you're going to pull them out like this. Oh, it's going to be so good. Look at that. Look at that. So be careful, these guys are really, really hot. And then we're just going to let them sit and cool on the counter here. It's really, really, really important to have them on a wire rack that's above the off the ground, or the table, off the ground, because you want to allow airflow to go underneath them so they can cool. Otherwise, you could have it crack, and then you got a big mess on your hands. Yeah, and we're just going to let these cool down. We'll hear eventually a pop. Actually, I think they already did in the water. And these guys are good for a year and a half, 18 months like this. Once they've cooled down, we'll wipe them down, clean them off, get them dry, label it, date what they were, and put them down in the basement, which is pretty consistent, about 65 degrees. So that's great temperature for kind of cellaring. If it's a little colder, that's even better because then I'll go longer. If you guys like this, please let me know. If you guys do it, I'd love to hear your feedback on it. If you guys have other recipes that you love to do, love it. I hope everyone has a safe and wonderful day. I'm going to go off and make something else next. Have a good one.